It has been estimated that nearly 2 million Americans have an allergy to peanuts. And our resident vet, Dr. Debbye Turner Bell, found a boy whose life has been changed by a dog. We're going to put this all together this morning. Good morning.
That's right. Good morning to you. This is great news for allergy sufferers that have peanut allergies. You know, just walking outdoors in public could be lethal, even if they come in contact with the smallest amount of peanuts. Well, it turns out that man's best friend can truly be man's lifesaver. Billy Ginsel looks like your average 9-year-old boy. He takes piano lessons, Russian classes, and like any young boy, loves going out for a big plate of fries. But until last year, it was nearly impossible for Billy, who is deathly allergic to peanuts, to do any of these things.
I couldn't go to the carnivals, I couldn't do hotel rooms, I couldn't go to some restaurants. It was really, really harsh.
But all that changed when Remy, a Labrador retriever trained to detect even the smallest trace of peanuts and food in the environment, joined the family.
Without Remy, I probably wouldn't be here right now.
Billy's allergy is so severe, touching anything with the tiniest amount of peanuts on it could send him into a potentially fatal anaphylactic shock.
My job was to follow him around at a distance where I knew I could get to him with an EpiPen if he touched something and all of a sudden he was touching his throat or he couldn't breathe.
So when Remy walked into the Ginsels' lives, she opened the door to a whole new world for Billy.
She sniffs for the peanuts. She finds out where it is and tells me, you can't sit there, you gotta sit over here with this chair.
Right there.
Remy literally sniffs down everything and everyone that Billy might come into contact with. Dogs like Remy can be trained to sniff for peanuts in about 6 months and aren't cheap. Each pup costs about $10,000, but for their owners, they're worth every penny.
I feel that Remy and the people who trained her are heroes.
This dog has changed our life. It's a life of normal, and for us, that's a really big deal.
Just one more way dogs do amazing things for us. Now, there are only 2 centers that we know about that train these peanut-sniffing dogs. There's one in Florida called the Florida Canine Academy, Harry. Another in Texas called the Southern Star Ranch. There's probably a dozen of these dogs out around the country by now.
I remember the story you did some months back about the dogs that could smell cancer?
Yes.
Because their noses are how many thousands of times?
They're hundreds and hundreds of times more sensitive than ours, and they can smell 1 to 2 parts per million of something.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, and now they're sniffing out people that we don't know what they admit before they have epilepsy, maybe even with diabetes. So dogs have a real health and therapy application now. And for a boy like Billy, he wasn't living a normal life.
And peanuts would be easy, relatively speaking, to the other things, relative to cancer or some of that other stuff.
Yeah.
That's a piece of cake for a dog.
Yeah,
Very
it's a
good.
wonderful thing.
Great
And the dog
story.
doesn't eat the food when he sniffs it.
Dr. Debbye Turner Bell, thank you very much.
Sure.